Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next answer copy of our Aim for Agriculture series. As you all know that we are having Aim for Agriculture series in which we are having daily answer writing practice and weekly full tests. So today we are going to discuss the answer copy of day 45. Day 45. So we will see what were the questions asked and how the student has approached the answer. And by analyzing these types of answer copies, you can also enhance your answer writing skills. You can see how the student has approached the answer, and always the copies which I bring here is one of the good copies or one of the best copies in the section or from the series, one of the good copies which is clear, well written. So you can learn various things from these copies, such as how to introduce, how to conclude, how to write certain points, how to write examples, how to structure your answer. And I will be always giving insights from the answer copy where you can improve, where you can add other things. So all these things can be very helpful to you. So let's start. So the first question is, discuss the various modern advances in chemical weed management. So what are the advances that do we have done in the chemical weed management in the modern times? Okay, so let's start. So you can say in introduction, the student has mentioned about the chemical weed management is still remains a dominant method in global agriculture, with herbicides accounting for 50% of total agrochemical markets. So facts have been mentioned, and whenever you mention these facts, try to write the source of the fact. As the student has mentioned here, the International Survey of Herbicide Resistant Weeds. Any fact, simply instead of going so deep, you can. There are hundreds of facts from the sites, popular sites such as FAO, that could be, or you can take facts from some UN sites. You can take facts from the agriculture university sites such as TNU, ICR sites. So you can go to those sites and collect some facts, collect some examples, and add it on your notes. Okay, so those things will be very helpful for you once you write the answers. So I hope you understand this. Now, well, let's move to the body of the answer, that is modern advances in chemical weed management. So I must let you know that I will be just discussing the important points. So if you want to read the answers in detail, you can simply pause the video and read each and every line, each and every example, each and every case study, which could be beneficial for you. But I will be giving you some brief insights, because when once we go to in detail, it will take a lot of time, because here we have three questions to discuss. And if you have any kind of conceptual clarity in issues in conceptual clarity, you can refer the static videos. All these things are covered there well. Okay, so let's start. So the first point is that for we have developed herbicide resistance crops. Okay, crops such as bt cotton, or you can, the student has mentioned here, ht cotton. So there are different types of cotton which are have been mentioned, although it should be high yield cotton, you can say bt cotton. Precision agriculture case studies have been mentioned of Maharashtra. Precision agriculture technology, we are now using precision agriculture technology, such as use of several machines, use of several new technologies, use of drones, use of irrigation. So all these things are now developing through this precision agriculture. We have developed various kind of herbicides mixers and rotations, which are very helpful for the crops, where we combine various types of herbicides to reduce the problems of herbicide resistance also, and it also enhances better protection. Okay, case studies have been also mentioned, so fairly written answer. And uh, uh, all the things have been well covered. Safener technology, we are now using safeners, low drift nozzle and adjustants, although these are kind of modern technologies which have been used. Integrated weed management have been enhanced. We are now going towards biological weed management, cultural weed management. Various types of new methods have come into that. Various types of new technologies have come into that. So these are all of the modern advances in the chemical weed management. So I hope you read the answers at different points and get to understand several points and appropriately concluded. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, cross-pollination species shows more inbreeding depression than self-pollination, self-pollinated species. Why? We have to explain by giving proper reasons. So Many times we generally know that yes, cross pollination species show inbreeding depression greater than self pollinated, but we do not go get into the regions. Okay, so whenever you are trying preparing for exams, especially for exams like UPSC, whenever you know something, you should always know the region of that thing, either it be agriculture, either it be GS, either it be anything, because those once you know the region of certain things, that it is happening through that region, so that will be very beneficial to you to crack this exam. Okay, so we will see what are the regions. Genetic diversity is one reason, because in cross-pollinated species there is cross-pollination to different types of pollen grains from different species, from differently adapted species comes, so it enhances the genetic diversity of the species. Okay, it promotes heterozygosity, which just opposite to homozygosity, which is promoted in self-pollinated. Example of maize have been mentioned. Okay, homozygosity and deleterious alleles, which are generally present in self-pollinated species, but in cross-pollinated species you will find heterozygosity, and due to this the homozygous recessive individuals are not that much. Okay, but when inbreeding occurs, what happens, this likelihood of producing homozygous recessive individuals increases, which leads to inbreeding depression. Okay, so well written points. Points out selective pressure have been also mentioned. Okay, so fill it an answer. You can pause the video and read these answers. Examples of sunflower have been mentioned. So only 3 points have been mentioned, and which are, I am not saying that mention too much of points, but whichever 3 4 points you mentioned in 10 market, try to explain those points nicely, and you will fetch good marks. Examples have been well mentioned, so that is a very good answer. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, what are clay minerals, and we have to discuss its types and also discuss briefly about chelates and boron carriers. So what are clay minerals? So these are group of hydrous aluminum phyllosilicates that are typically formed by the weathering of silicate minerals. We all know that in our crust silica is present. Okay, and due to this weathering of silicate minerals, various types of clay minerals are formed. Okay, for example, kaolinite is a type of clay mineral. We will see the types of clay mineral. The first one is the Caronite group. You can see structure is mentioned, that is one residue, one layer. Properties have been mentioned, examples have been mentioned, which is highly used in production of proclaim. So will it an answer? You can pause and read these answers. Then many various times you do not have these things written in your notes. Okay, whichever self notes you have made. So whenever you new things, you should add to your notes. Okay, that is what called value addition of your notes, which you should be must doing. Your notes should be live notes. That is always keeps updating and updating, so that helps you in the preparation. Next we have smectite groups. Okay, its structure is 2:1. Properties have been mentioned, examples have been mentioned. Okay, then we have elite groups. You can simply read, pause and read the answers. Then we have elite group. Then we have chloride group, and well, the structure is nicely followed. That is for not here structure, the structure of answer, the structure have been mentioned, properties have been mentioned, example have been mentioned, and it is repeated for all the types, so that is very good. Now what are chelates? So chelates are the cyclic structure of metals and organic component in which two components are held together with varying degree of strength. So we all know these are the chelates. For example, ETDA, DPTA, CDTA, these are the chelates. You can simply pause and read other points. Then we have boron carriers. These are generally non-chelates. Okay, and they are generally opposite. Many of their properties are generally opposite to chelates. So you can remember that. And you can see, for example, borax, boric acid, solubular. So these are some of the non-chelates. Although the student has missed to write the conclusion here, but whenever many times what happens, we do not have that much of time to write too much in the conclusion, but you still try to write a line or two, that will help. Okay, so I hope you liked today's video. You have understand various things. You have paused the video at several intervals and read the answers. So that is all for today. If you liked it, please press the like button. Please do share, and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis. And if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day.